Good evening and welcome to A View for You, a twice-monthly journal about people and events of interest in the Bay Area. My name is Peter Camarda. I'll be your host tonight. We're broadcasting to you live from the San Francisco Public Access TV studio on Comcast Channel 76, Astound Channel 30, and ATT Channel 99. Tonight, I'm very pleased to have two guests from the San Francisco Night Ministry, a service, interdenominational church service which sends ministers out onto the street 7 days a week. We have with us Reverend Lyle Beckman and Rev.Monique Ortiz. Welcome to both of you. And we'll be talking a little bit today about the night ministry and how it works and the services that they offer. So let me begin by asking you, Reverend Beckman, what is the purpose of the night ministry? Why send ministers out at such, if you'll forgive the expression, at such an ungodly hour into the streets?
Yeah. Well, one of the ways we like to think about ourselves is that we are the church's night shift. And people sometimes need the services of the church 24 hours a day, and most congregations can't afford to be open 24 hours a day. Most clergy need their own time to sleep and refresh themselves, so we offer to provide that service, and we then are available to people who in the middle of the night perhaps face their anxiety or crisis a little more acutely.
And in terms of the services that the night ministry offers, what exactly is the division between the ministers on the street and the back at the office?
Night ministry, this is maybe a brief description of what we do. So we provide compassionate, non-judgmental pastoral care, and that can be everything from listening to someone who gets pushed aside all day long and they're just so anxious to tell their story or have someone listen to them. So it can be listening, it can be providing some counseling. We have some people who have been with us for 30 years or more, and so we know them well. We can provide some additional support and encouragement to them in their lives. We have a great list of referrals that we can offer people. So these would be not only the city and county of San Francisco programs, but the nonprofit agencies and organizations in the city that provide services. So we can provide that information to people. We also do a lot of crisis interventions. So if people are suicidal, or if they're homicidal, or if they're very severely depressed or despondent, we can talk with them and minister to them as well. And so you're right, we do that in three ways, really. It's the crisis telephone line, and we recruit and train volunteers to answer that telephone line. Then we actually have night ministers literally on the streets, anywhere from 1 to 5 any night of the year. And then we have Open Cathedral, which is our Sunday afternoon worship service, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but it gives us an opportunity to meet people as well and provide that same kind of pastoral care and counseling in the middle of a Sunday afternoon.
Well, that's a very wonderful range of services. So the Open Cathedral, I guess, gives you an opportunity to offer some kind of service for people who don't normally want to go inside of a church, or who maybe have a problem with claustrophobia, or just aren't comfortable with organized religion. Is it
all of that?
All of that together.
Yeah. And people who just walk by, and people who are just curious. Sometimes when people are walking by a church, they may not feel comfortable walking in. They don't know what kind of a reception they'll get, how hospitable the churches might be. This way, when they walk by us, they see everything. We're literally outside, and they can hang on the fringes if they want to, listen if they want to. They can have a cigarette if they want to. There are no barriers for them to participate either a little bit or as fully as they want to. And it's a fairly traditional Christian liturgy, but it allows people the opportunity to pray and sing and listen to a sermon, listen to scripture being read, and participate fully in the community that gathers. And then one of the nice things that we can do, we offer a little refreshment or lunch afterwards.
I heard about cookies and
so
things, yes.
cookies and sandwiches, water, maybe soda, juice, whatever we have available, we're willing to share. And we can have anywhere from 20 to 60 people at worship, and then sometimes we feed anywhere from 30 to 90 people. So it's not required that people actually worship with us in order to have a lunch.
Oh, okay, so they don't have to listen
they
to the
don't
lecture
have to
in
listen,
order to get their
no,
cookie. Oh, that's good.
No. So.
And so really you're making the church portable in a way through the night ministry, taking it out into the community in many different ways. Let me ask you, Monique, you are a fellow in the program, and so you've only been there for a short time. How is it different from the kind of work that you did before?
Well, it's similar and it's different. Pastoring a church for me, for some years, it's just more, you're more stable. You see the same people unless you get new people in the congregation. You know you're going to visit people at home who are homebound or sick or in the hospitals. And whereas in the night ministry, I really feel, and people ask us all the time when we're out, where is your church? And we really say, this is our church. The streets is our church, and aside from Open Cathedral when we offer the service. But I think it's just really different because not one night is the same. You don't know who you're going to run into, what are going to be the needs that night. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful to be out there. And, some people think of us as the night ministers as, okay, so you serve only the homeless or you serve. But no, I mean, when you're out there in the Mission or in North Beach or on Polk Street or Tenderloin, it's all kinds of people. We serve from our homeless brothers and sisters to those who are battling with addictions and mental illness. Those who are just out and about for a night, a fun night in the, in the city. And that's just the beauty of it, that you really get to know and meet people where they really are without without any judging them, judgmental attitudes. We embrace them, we accept them as they are, and we really get invited into their conversation. We're not out there to shove a Bible on their face or proselytize or to, it's people from every socioeconomic status, from every sexual orientation, various orientation, ethnicity, cultures, religious or non-religious. And I think that's the beauty. It's different than pastoring a church, for sure.
And also because I guess people are not always ready to find you there. So in a sense, people are more spontaneous. You're finding them when they're out, for whatever reason they're out at night, but they haven't prepared themselves to go to church or to be looking for that kind of contact. So that must be a nice kind of serendipity for people sometimes too.
It is
to
beautiful.
Turn around and there is a minister there too.
And to just discover their beauty. I mean, they truly are. Even, any of our homeless brothers and sisters or those who are maybe under the influence of alcohol that night, you can still see right through them. And, I mean, as children of God and as our brothers and sisters. And it's just beautiful to be able to be there. And a lot of times, I don't know how many times I've been told I needed this hug, or I needed this, you holding my hand. I haven't been held in 10 years, or, I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's like that. It really is like that. So it's a ministry of presence, of love, prayer, referrals, whatever they need.
Yeah, because people really don't